My name is Lee Mast. My area of certification is in early childhood education, specifically 3rd or 4th grade. I chose this area of certification because I find working with younger students to be a lot more fulfilling. I chose 3rd or 4th grade because I think kids in those age ranges are a lot more exciting to work with in the classroom. As the oldest of my family, I often had to watch my younger sister and my younger cousin as they grew up. My younger sister is in the special ed, and I know from my experiences in my special education classes that early intervention can really help students who need that extra help. My sister did not fully get the help that she needed from all her teachers. So I decided early on from watching her struggles to become the general ed teacher that she needed. I love helping people, especially kids. My main philosophy is that kids are our next future, and that as teachers it is our responsibility to give them all the skills and opportunities that they need to help them succeed. Some issues I think that will influence the learning of my students will include family issues like abuse or divorce, or home life in general, like lack of food or shelter, or even mental health in both the kids or their parents. I plan to respond to these issues by making my classroom a safe and inviting space that all my students can feel welcome in. Whether that be having extra snacks, so in case someone's hungry, or other basic necessities that they are lacking, or even just being an open ear for them to come and talk to when they need help. I would rate my professional communication as developing. While I do communicate with those around me in an effective way, they may not always come off as sounding professional. I also do have a tendency to make the wrong judgment based on a lack of experience given the situation. For honesty and integrity, I would also rate myself as developing this skill. I always try to strive to be honest and keep my integrity intact. But I have noticed in the past that I find myself easily flustered when confronted and may misrepresent what I mean and what I say when I talk to people. I would rate my respect of diversity and civil rights as professional. I would always advocate for those around me, because as somebody who has been discriminated in the past based on my race, gender, and sexuality, I would never ever let my students feel as though they did not have somebody in the corner fighting for them and their family. On the other hand, I would say my participation in the professional community is still developing. While I do work to make relationships with both my peers and faculty, I often find myself secluded from those around me due to my social anxiety and a preference for working alone. For demonstrating a professional relationship with students, I would say I am still developing that skill also. I don't have much experience with this skill, and while I do understand the basics of how to interact with students and what is appropriate and not appropriate, I feel like I can always learn more and expand my knowledge in this area. Lastly, for demonstrating a commitment to becoming a professional, I would rate myself as still developing. Much like the professional relationship skill, I have the basics down, but I can always accept feedback. I feel like these block classes will help me develop these skills better by placing me in situations that will challenge me to become better for my future students and for myself.